All right, on this side, the sweet potatoes are still sweet potatoing. They seem to be growing okay. Hopefully, in there they are growing sweet potatoes. But the vines look good. They're growing. Can't complain there. The sunchokes seem to be growing well. The one sickly potato plant that didn't really grow well, that's there. The blackberries in that, again, this is the first year of these blackberries. They've produced some blackberries, some flowers. I'd like to see them do better, but I really want to get them in bigger containers or something next year. I mean, I put them in the 10 gallons thinking that was enough, but I don't know. I think I'd like to transplant them and see at the end of the season if we can't get something a little bit bigger for next year. Maybe a 20 gallon. I need to put some fertilizer and some dirt in there. I think they're desperately in need for some help. But anyways, they are growing. They are producing new canes for next year. So, yeah, good stuff there. And then, of course, as we move to the scorpion peppers, they're growing, and they're growing well. And they do like this area. There's a tree right above us that the branches stick out over into our yard. So what it does is it gives sun, but also partial shade to these guys. And this little serrano here, I think he's getting crowded out. Let me pull him forward a little bit here. Oh, I might have to move his watering tube before I move him any further. But he kind of stuck between the bigger guys. But anyways, lots of peppers here. You know, the thing that's the hottest is also the thing that grows the best here. And we'll overwinter them too. We won't just pull them up. We'll keep them for next year. Now as I dig deep down in here, look, there's a pepper. Let me pick that one. And here's another one. There's another pepper. So these things are really good and they're really hot. And I made some sauce following some of the other internet videos that people put out. Kang Star has a sauce that I used. It's kind of like a fermented. You grind these up with some garlic. You put them covered, and they ferment, and then you grind them up further after the couple days and turn them into hot sauce. And boy, that's some hot sauce too. But you know, what are you going to do with them when they grow? You got to turn them into something to preserve them. So either sauce or dried, or give them to your friends. But your friends have to love hot peppers. But they're doing well. The habaneros, first year I've had good habaneros. These are growing, and they got some more here that'll be ready to be picked after they turn a little bit more. But he likes this area here, and he's growing. The south side tomatoes here are doing well too. They're growing. They got more flowers. So, you know, these were put in March, and still doing well. The white strawberry plants, they're producing runners. They're growing, which is good. And the newer cucumbers that I put, hopefully are doing better than the old sickly cucumbers. Now, back here on this side, it's time for the shade cloth. So the whole experiment here of making hoops with electrical conduit with my bending tool, bends them into a nice hoop shape. And then with the Wheeze clips by Wheeze Products, these things are the only clips that really are out there to connect this properly. You know, if you're doing backyard gardening like this, these dang Wheeze clips are really the best thing. So you can order them from Wheeze Clips, and if you're going to do a hoop house, they're sturdy. They stay in place. So we got those hooked up, and then of course underneath here, let me lift up the cover. This gets sun for really, this whole side gets sun for too many hours a day. So it needs the cloth. And you know what? The plants are growing. The eggplants are producing additional flowers. There's no bugs on here, but I'm going to hit them with some powder, some diatomaceous earth to ensure that nothing crawls up and starts eating them like they did at the beginning of the year. But they're doing the job, keeping the sun off. Now the thing is, my shade cloth and my original hoops and my clips, I ran out of space. So I got this gap here. So I'm going to close the gap because I'm going to bend some more pipe, and I got some more clips, and cover this up too. And then of course what this is all going to turn into is to extend the growing season, I will put plastic over this, and let's see what we can do in the winter, or put things out early spring. Now here's last year's ghost peppers, and they're almost ready. I'm going to let them turn a little bit more darker red. But look at this one here with all the flowers that it's producing, right? It's under the shade. And this little guy here that's not covered, look, his poor leaves are curling. Maybe he doesn't like that heat that he's been getting. So this one's doing okay. Look at that big trunk there from last year. They're doing so well. So this is a second year. And then, of course, everything under here, the wax peppers and that. So they seem to like the shade, and it seems to hold up. I could probably get some more clips out of wick to make sure the wind doesn't blow it down. But more flowers coming for the little eggplants. Now, the question is, what happens if these plants get a little bit bigger? Well, I'll probably have to raise the hoop up a little bit too. You know, it's just on the ground here. Maybe with some bricks or something I can raise it up another couple feet, because these plants may go a little higher, although I could cut them and make them go bushier rather than higher too. But I need to get it a little dust on here, because this was some sort of bug that was just eating all these little holes here, and I never did see anything, but I'll hit it with the diatomaceous earth and make sure that whatever it is stops eating it. But they're doing well too. So I guess we have more successes and failures at this time, except for that damn pomegranate tree. I cut back the leaves. I cut back on a lot of the bottom growth on all these decorative trees as well as the pomegranates. Hopefully get more energy into these leaves. I don't know if it's going to produce flowers at this time. It's kind of late in this season, but that poor guy, we have to do something to make him grow better. Maybe some more acidic soil, I don't know. But anyways, it's going pretty well. And oh, it looks like one of the cicadas has climbed up here. It's that time of year for these guys coming out of the ground. You hear them in the afternoon. But yeah, anyways, the squirrels haven't been by because we haven't been putting bird seed out. So neither the birds nor the squirrels. So we're gonna have to do something, scare these squirrels away. But yeah, so far so good in the garden here in July. We will have more updates and talk to you later.